what's going on, guys? It's LuceyGoosey or Kyle, and welcome back to another episode of HeroCraft here on the channel. That is right, we are back with another episode of HeroCraft, and today is a very special episode of HeroCraft because we are going to be touring our world. So if you guys did miss episode 50 last Thursday, we did fight the Ender Dragon. It was an awesome episode of HeroCraft, so I will leave a link to that down below in the description if you did happen to miss it. Make sure you go check it out. It was an awesome episode, and today we're going to be touring our world and looking at all the things that we have done so far in this survival series. So this is not the last video in the series, nor is it even close to the last episode in the series, but it is an episode where we can look at what we've done so far and look at all our past builds and all that stuff and see all our progress that we've made on this world. And especially to some of you newer viewers out there that really haven't been paying attention to HeroCraft, you can really get informed on what we've been doing on this world and get a better idea of what's going on in this survival series. So we are in the exact spot that we spawned when we first loaded up this world. At least I believe it was this area right here. We never really made anything special out of it. I mean, the first tree we chopped down was right over there. But yeah, this was an awesome spawn. We had a nice little area right here. We're just going to be taking a look at all the stuff we've done in this world. I think we're going to start from the beginning. So I'll meet you guys over to where we started our first base. So as we're making our way over to our first base, I do want to talk to you guys about what my vision was for HeroCraft. So I had seen, oh, there's a bit of a lag spike right there, but I had seen a ton of playthroughs of different YouTubers doing Let's Plays on Minecraft, and I really thought I could bring something new to the Let's Plays and everything like that. And I had watched people like IBX Toy Cat and all of them, where they just have a world where they build stuff, and I wanted to really make a world where I could actually, you know, farm stuff up in Minecraft and show you guys a little bit of the technical side of Minecraft. And I got bored with that for a little bit, so I did get into a lot of building and everything, and I just wanted to have a world where I could just let my creativity run wild in survival, because I don't really play survival Minecraft that much. I used to just be a creative player only, and so I wasn't really used to the survival aspect. I had done a survival series before this one, and that was actually the first time I had ever beaten the Ender Dragon. So I've been playing Minecraft for about 4 years now, and that was the first time I'd ever beaten the Ender Dragon. So I wasn't really much of a survival player, so this is kind of like the first series where I've really gotten into survival Minecraft. But anyways, this was our first little base. We had stayed here for the first night and everything like that. We had a bed down. We still have some items in this chest that I figure I'll leave here just to remember, you know, the times of first episode and second episode and all that. And then out here, we actually decided we're building a monument to this whole place. Our whole first base, we're building a monument to it. So this was a couple of episodes ago. We worked on this little area, and we're not done yet. We are going to make a statue over here, and we're going to turn this into a temple. Now, I hope I can still preserve this stuff over here in this room. I'm going to try to just make it look like an ancient ruin, and this will be like the entrance into the ancient ruin, so it should look pretty cool. But this is our abandoned island and everything. We've got a well and a couple of things over here, so I think it looks pretty awesome, and we've just got a little bit of stuff set up over here so that if we ever need building blocks, we've got some. But yeah, this was our first base on the world. Now, it does look a lot different than what it did when we first started up. It was just a sand area with a tiny little mountain over here that we dug into, but this was our first little base here on the world, and we've done a lot to make this look a little bit cooler and everything since the first time we started, and I think this is one of my favorite builds I've done so far. Now, obviously, it's not a big scale build. I haven't done the statue or the temple yet, but my visions for this build is going to be awesome. I think that this could be one of the greatest builds I've ever done, and that could be pretty awesome. Now, I'm kind of lacking motivation to work on it right now, but hopefully in the future we can get that, because I want to clear out this whole island and make a big temple area. So hopefully in the future I can get the motivation to work on it. But we've kind of taken a break on this project, and we're going to come back to it in another episode later in the future. But yeah, this is our abandoned island, and we have our bridge leading back over to the mainland that I worked on probably about 5 to 10 episodes ago. I don't really know the exact number episode that we worked on this bridge, but I think it was a pretty awesome bridge, and it does look a little bit flat, but I did spend a lot of time working on this bridge, and I think it turned out pretty nice. So one thing I do want to mention before we take any longer to look at all these builds, you can see how bad I was, or not how bad I was at building, but how new I really was to survival building before we started playing. Now, I wasn't a good builder even in creative before I started YouTube. I was a pretty bad builder. I just had like cool minigame ideas that I like to play on Minecraft and everything like that, and I never really gotten into building. So this was like the series. You can see as the series goes on. So you saw Abandoned Island right there. That was some of my newer builds, and you can see how much it's progressed from some of my older builds. So this was our main base. Our first 20 episodes were spent here. We kind of dug a hole into the mountain. As you guys can see right here, this is our little mountain home. try to get a better view from it on our beach and everything like that. So there's a lighthouse over there that we built, but this was our mountain home. We built a big staircase up here and dug into the mountain and made our first home. So I definitely had a couple of mountain homes, and I have a lot of homes where I just dig into an area and think that's a good spot. So I mean, that's even what our new base is, or not our new base, but our main base now. It's an area where we just dug into a place. So this was our villager area. We did have a couple of villagers in here, but after a little bit we had to move them to our newer base. We also have our furnace room. So I had like 4 main rooms. I had the villager room, the nether room, the chest room, and the furnace room where we up. And this tunnel right here actually leads all the way down to our mine. So this was actually a pretty cool tunnel idea. I kind of like it, the whole staircase and everything. And this is one of my bigger projects that I did when I started the series of these logs. And I still have trouble getting a lot of logs because I don't spend a lot of time trying to like cut down trees and everything. I forgot I could sprint down these stairs. There we go, all the way down to the bottom of our mines. And this is our strip mine that we spent most of our time getting diamonds in for probably the first 30 episodes of the series. So if we head out over to our balcony, this is a pretty cool area actually. I really like our balcony and the view that it provides with us. But we have a cow farm and a little wheat nano farm that didn't actually work out too well. I built it a little bit wrong, so it didn't turn out too well. I probably have a little bit of bone meal in here, don't I? Nope. Looks like I used up all the bone meal. But yeah, we have a little bit of a balcony area. I had my farms, and then I realized it was so all we had was a cow farm and a little nano farm. But it had a nice view and everything like that. And this is usually where we started off our episodes. But anyways, if we head down our staircase, we had, oh, there's a zombie. I thought I heard a zombie. But we had moved out from this house, and I decided to come back to the world and or come back to this house and do a little bit of extra work to make it look better. So we did build this little bit of a lighthouse, and we actually were going to start building a castle up there, and I think the lighthouse kind of took away from that medieval theme. So I decided to go against the castle idea on that thing because I wanted to build a whole kingdom. We might still go back to that idea, but I just don't know if we have enough room up there. But anyways, this is our lighthouse. Not too much interior design went to it, just the exterior, but we can go up to the top of the lighthouse and get a pretty good view from up here. Now I'm pretty sure these lights would actually burn my face off if it were a real lighthouse, but obviously that was just yellow stained glass. But this was a pretty cool build, and this was when I first started to really get into building bigger projects on this world. Now speaking of bigger projects, all the way over there you can see it sort of in the distance, kind of a bigger building over there. That is our wheat and or not wheat, it's our potato and carrot farm, and that is what we really started to do when we got into the technical side of Minecraft. So when I say technical side of Minecraft, I mean making everything automatic and everything like that. And usually when you think about automatic stuff, you think about you know, auto wheat farms, auto potato farms, and using a lot of redstone. Now I'm not really a redstone savvy person. I just like to see the technical things in Minecraft. So one of my favorite things to work with in Minecraft is villagers, and one of the best way to get emeralds from villagers is potatoes and wheat. So we built our potato and carrot farm, I guess because the wheat doesn't actually drop as much as potatoes do, because if you have fortune, you can get like 7 potatoes from one thing. So we built this and we traded with our villager quite a bit and got a lot of emeralds to the point where we could get a couple of full beacons just from emerald blocks. And that's like really what my main goal was in this series, was to really get down packed with villagers and everything. But as the series went on, we kind of strayed away from villagers, and I do want to get right back into villagers so we can start like working really hard on getting a lot of good villager trades, because they are really overpowered if you know how to use them. So yeah, we built this, and that was probably the last thing we built in this area, and then we moved on to our new base. So I think we're gonna head on over there because there's nothing really else to see in this part of the world. We're gonna head on over to our main base. So originally this base actually started off as a zombie spawner base. We just had a little area down here with a nice little enchantment station and an AFK fishing farm, and then we expanded it into our big base that it is today. So we just had our little zombie spawner area, and I think spawners might be a little bit broken because it doesn't work as well as it used to. Like the zombies don't spawn if I'm like AFK fishing, so I don't know if they've changed like how close you have to be to the spawner anymore. But yeah, this was our main area for actually having this base set up, and then it grew into something special. But we do have our enchantment room over here, which is looking pretty cool. And then this was our big project that we worked on. It took me forever to clear this room out, but this is our main room of our base. So we've got our tree of life, or our tree of wisdom, in the middle, and then we've got all of these armor stands on the outside with some leaves, like kind of like an overgrown little main area of our base. And then over here it leads into our chest room, which is where we have all of our valuables. So we have our ender chest with all of our diamonds and all that good stuff, and then we've got all of these chests right here where we store most of our stuff in the world. From there we have two different hallways. I think we're going to head down this one first, and then we'll head down the other one, because this is the first one that we did make, and it's a pretty cool hallway. Actually, you guys can see how much better I did get at building as the series went on, and I am missing an iron bar right there, so I have to make sure I get that by the end of the episode. But we have two super smelters right here that you just stick stuff in this chest right here, and it will smelt it all up, as well as on that side. And then we have a couple of regular furnaces, and then we have our strip mine that I don't really strip mine too often anymore, because I do have a haste mine all the way down there. It's not too interesting, so I don't think we're going to go check it out, but that is where I get most of my diamonds. So that is kind of like our mining section of the base. And now if we head over here, this is our redstone section that I really wanted to get involved with, but as time went on, I just don't understand redstone as good as I thought I did. This is our little sugarcane area right here. It doesn't produce that much sugarcane. It's just two simple farms that I built. And then if we go up here, we have what was supposed to be an auto villager farm where they would mine up all the potatoes and everything like that. But this villager is lazy and doesn't work. And I actually think it's actually a bug with the game, or maybe villagers just don't work with console yet, because I'm pretty sure villagers are supposed to farm, but he's not. So I don't know what's up with that, but this villager is on strike. Now, we do have our melon and pumpkin farm on either side of this room, and they are not very efficient, but because we're in our base a lot, we do get quite a bit of melons and pumpkins from this area. Now, we try to trade them with the villagers, which means that they don't last very long. They just turn into emeralds, and yeah, I wish we had a more efficient melon and pumpkin farm, but I really don't know how to do the redstone. But anyways, this is still a pretty cool looking room. We've got our chandelier up there, and this wall I think just looks awesome. So this room turned out pretty nice, and that is our area over there. Now, there's not too much left to look at in this base. Now, we do have a project that we're going to start working on pretty soon. I have so many projects, like I mentioned in the last episode of HeroCraft, that I want to complete. But this is our little villager area, and we've got a couple of villagers in here, and we're actually going to expand this into a humongous room that is going to be a village, and we're going to build houses for the librarians and for the priests and everything. So we'll build a big library, a big church, and then we'll build a house for like the toolsmiths and everything like that, and build like a tool forge and you know, a butcher shop and all that good stuff, and it should look pretty awesome. So that is a big project that we're going to be working on pretty soon, but that is our little villager area over there. And really the last part of our base is over here. Now, this is our bit of a bulk storage room. We have bulk storage for netherrack, dirt, stone, which we have a ton of stone, and some cobblestone as well. So this is our bulk storage room. And then over here we have our potion room, and I was gonna make this auto, but it's basically auto. All I have to do is go put the stuff in there, put the stuff in there, and by the time I get around, I can start putting the stuff in again. So it's a pretty good functioning potion room. Now, it used to be nether portals behind here, but every time I went through my main portal, it would always link up to these ones, and I'd start suffocating in walls and everything. So now it's just purple glass, which doesn't look the greatest, but that is what we had to do for this room. And then we have our minecart elevator that leads up to the surface, which is pretty awesome. And this is really the last part of our base, is the entrance down into it. Now, we will be working on more stuff up here on the surface, but this is what we've got right now. We also have a villager breeder over here, which is currently turned off. And like I said, like, the villagers aren't mining up the potatoes, like, they're not doing their job. So I think that might be a bug, but this is a little bit of our villager breeder right here. And we actually have some pretty good librarians that offer some books in here. So we have protection for librarian. I think we also have what was that, flame. We also have an infinity in there and a silk touch. So some pretty awesome villagers, and that's pretty awesome. And other than that, I mean, that is basically it for this base. I mean, I don't really have anything else. We have our abandoned island, which I showed off at the beginning, and now we have one last thing that I am super proud of. And you might be wondering, what is that thing, Kyle? It sounds so amazing, and the thing that I am most proud of on this world is this hole. You know, I mean, it's just so lovely. We have so many horses and cows. It's a beautiful farm, really, if you think about it. Of course, I'm just kidding. I just noticed this hole, and actually I noticed it off camera a little bit ago, but we need to free some of these animals. Like, they are stuck down here, and I never noticed this before, so I'm going to try to free up some of these animals so that they can get out of here. Eventually, they will despawn, but now it's starting to make me think maybe we should build a horse stable. Sorry, horse, I didn't mean to punch you there, but I think they can all get out now, and so eventually all these animals will despawn, but that is what was keeping up the mob count. So there we go. We fixed that issue. But my real pride and joy on this world is just across the river bend, as Pocahontas would say, and it's actually all the way out here in the ocean. So you guys can see a little bit off in the distance over there. We're going to swim because we do have depth strider, which helps us go really fast through the water. I could have taken another tunnel, but we don't have it decorated yet, so it doesn't look pretty cool. But we do have our water passage, which I think looks pretty awesome. So we're almost there to our guardian farm. Now this used to be an ocean monument, and if you guys don't know what that is, it's those big ocean areas where you can fight the elder guardians and all that stuff, and there's a ton of fish and everything that try to attack you. This is basically a farm that we can now farm the guardians and try to get those cool blocks and everything, and this is my pride and joy on the world. So we have been working on this the last couple of episodes on HeroCraft, and it's basically finished right now. So we are going to head down into this room first, and then we'll head on over up there and check out all of what we've got over here. So this was last episode we worked on all of this, and this is our guardian farm. So we've got our storage area down here where we keep all of our stuff. We have a stack of sea lanterns now. We got a ton of cooked fish if we ever run out of food. Just a bunch of stuff in here, which is looking pretty cool. And then we head up here and we see where all the magic happens. Now, this is a nice little underwater area, I think. It looks pretty cool. We have our coral. This is what we call it, our coral. And they're actually farm modules which have water where the guardians spawn. As you can see, they fall down into lava and they burn up and they give us their drops. So we get a lot of good stuff from this, and we can now farm up all of these nice prismarine and sea lantern blocks, which is pretty cool. So yeah, this is really the last build that we've done in HeroCraft, and I'm pretty sure that is everything that we've done on this world so far. So if you guys want to check out this world for yourself, there is a world download down below in the description. You can download this world. Now if you don't know how to download maps, there are plenty of videos out there on YouTube that teach you how to download maps. You do need a program called Horizon. You'll also need a USB stick and a computer. So yeah, but anyways, yeah, if you want to download the map for yourself, go click that link. It's a MediaFire link. You should be able to download it. It should be a .bin file, and then you can download it on Horizon onto your USB stick and put it onto your Xbox. So it is a pretty cool map and everything. So if you want to build more and show me those worlds on like Twitter, like send me pictures of it, that could be pretty cool. But if you just want to play on it and pretend like you're doing a HeroCraft episode, that could be pretty cool as well. But anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this world tour of HeroCraft. Now come back on Thursday for episode 52. We've got some pretty cool plans there. We just beat the Ender Dragon last episode. I'm thinking about maybe building an Ender, which is a big guardian, or not guardian farm, a big Enderman farm, but I don't know how to do it, so I might not be doing it. I really don't know, but I do have some pretty cool plans if that doesn't work out. But that is going to do it for this episode of HeroCraft, so hopefully you guys did all enjoy this world tour. I'm thinking about maybe doing one on episode 75 and just keep it as a 25 episode thing where we do world tours every 25 episodes. But that is going to do it for this world tour, so hopefully you guys did all enjoy this episode of HeroCraft. I'm out for now. Peace!